So you love traveling the world and experiencing new cultures, but it's been a while since you've seen something truly authentic. Well, after living in the country of Georgia for 1 year, I'm ready to give you 3 reasons why it should be your next travel destination. So let's get straight to number 1. There are so many capital cities around the world that just aren't worth the visit, but that is definitely not the case with Tbilisi. What I love most about Tbilisi is how a simple stroll through its old town can really transport you back in time. Since Georgia has a vigorous history of immigration, all of those influences can be noted around the city. Classical European facades, communal courtyards, staircases, and balconies lend a singular charm to the capital. Tbilisi is also one of the safest capital cities in Europe. And when you factor in the hip bar and restaurant scene, it's easy to see why it has become a common destination for digital nomads in the past years. Now, the food in Tbilisi definitely deserves a video of its own, and I made a few during my time there. You can actually open up a new tab to watch this Georgian food video when you're done with this one. But for now, I want to take the opportunity to recommend to you a quaint little restaurant in Tbilisi that not a lot of people have heard of, and there you will eat very authentic and traditional food and spend very little. It's cash only, so make sure you bring some money, and it's also very small and has limited seating options, so you also want to arrive early. I promise you, you will not regret it. I wouldn't blame you if you're already thinking of relocating to Georgia after hearing about Tbilisi, and if you are, I quickly want to mention that banking can be a real pain when you're in a foreign country. I wish I had known about Credo Bank during my time in Georgia because a lot of those issues are easily solved with them. Opening an account or getting a card at Credo is the most affordable option, and a lot of their services are even free of charge. And since we have financial emergencies during our travels, I know I've had my fair share, Credo also offers you the best exchange rate when receiving money from abroad. And the best part is you don't even have to go to their branches, you get the money straight in your My Credo app. They're really focusing on tailoring their services for expats, which of course I really appreciate. And the biggest proof of that is that they're opening up a branch in Tbilisi that is only for foreigners. Now that's going to be extremely helpful. So definitely check out Credo Bank if you're planning on spending some time in Georgia, and I really think that you should. On to number 2. In case you didn't know, Georgia is actually the birthplace of wine, and Signagi, aka the City of Love, is nestled in Kakheti, which is the world's oldest wine region. There you can take loads of wine tours and learn about why their 8,000-year-old wine production technique is listed by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage. During my time there, I stayed in a peaceful little guest house with stunning views of their garden and the mountains of eastern Georgia in the background. Activities in Signagi include walking along an 18th century wall that sprawls across town for 4 kilometers, visiting fancy wineries with picturesque landscapes where you'll enjoy singular varieties of wine, or simply getting lost in the narrow cobblestone streets where you can take in the pastel-colored balconies of the houses in the endearing old town. With so many incredible restaurant options, you also will not have a problem eating in Signagi. On the fancier end, but still budget-friendly, I would absolutely recommend Pheasant's Tears, where we had a remarkable dining experience. There's also a restaurant called Travelers, which is more simple but very budget-friendly with excellent food. And if you happen to find yourself in the mood for authentic Mexican food while in Signagi, that definitely happened to me, I can definitely recommend Pancho Villa that also offers an incredible view of this town that is a must-visit when in Georgia. The third reason you should visit Georgia is the mountainous region of Kazbegi, which is found not far from the Russian border. The town of Stepantsminda is about a 3 to 4 hour van ride from Tbilisi, but let me warn you, it's also very windy, so do take some Dramamine if you tend to get sick easily like I do. But trust me, it will be well worth it when you arrive and see the soaring Caucasus mountain range with snow-capped peaks that reach 5,000 meters in altitude. You can hike up 2,170 meters up to the Gedgeti Trinity Church and soak in the 360-degree views that honestly felt like a backdrop to a movie or something. Absolutely jaw-dropping. And I also had tons of fun visiting the Pancheti swimming pool and mineral water spring that was tucked in behind the mountains. Just beware that the water is pretty cold. Georgia is by far one of the most underrated countries in the world, and I will never forget the time that I spent there. I also hope to be back as soon as possible. But while that doesn't happen, at least I have this playlist with tons of great memories, so check it out to see what it was like living in the country of Georgia for one whole year. I'll see you over there in 3, 2, 1.